Hey guys, welcome back. Orabomb here, and yes, I am back. Fully edited content. Shoutouts to all the Patreons, shoutouts to all the people that bought merchandise. Shoutouts to all of you guys. I'm probably gonna list off the Patreons here in a few minutes, but thanks to you all, I've managed to get myself a new computer, and this one's actually pretty good, so I'm really excited about this one. For sure. Actually, I need to pull up the Patreon actually while I'm talking about this. Today we're playing Gardevoir Sylveon. You guys know it's a deck that I thought was going to be amazing. I'm really excited about playing Gardevoir Sylveon again. We're going to see if he can do well in this format where there's less choice bands, so less likely for people to take Okos on you and more likely for you to stall out, tank out, all that good jazz. Versus Malamar Mewtwo box to the right thanks to Kate. I do want to say, shout out to you guys for helping me out. I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Charlene who bought so much merchandise, and another huge shout out to my best friend Carlos and my girlfriend Tracy who both gave me around $500 in total, which was like put me over the edge. So of course I need to pay them back. They didn't give it to me, they let me borrow it, so I need to pay them back. So if you guys want to support me and help me pay them back, because I currently can't do that, but I was able to pay off most of my debt, so I'm like really close to being in the clear. I'm so excited. I've been working my butt off. Like I just got off a 12-hour work shift yesterday, no, the day before that, and then yesterday I got off an 8-hour work shift, so I'm exhausted. And also the audio might be a little bit weird because we have a new computer, meaning there's a lot new things I have to fix. I'm still trying to get used to all these good shenanigans here. Like my audio editing mixing is no longer saved, so I have to try it from scratch on this computer, which might be a little bit weird for the first few videos. Keep that in mind, but we will eventually get there. And yeah, of course my opponent set up a not really the strongest turn. They got one Mewtwo down and one Inkay down, so pretty weak turn altogether. But like she knows we're not taking a knockout turn one, so it's not a huge deal. I will say real quick before I forget, this deck is playing one. This matchup was recorded forever ago before we got the official release or the official list of Unified Minds. So this is playing one Pokemon Center Lady. I believe that's the only card in here that is not going to be out in Unified Minds. I talk about it in the deck profile too. Just ignore what I say about it. I'm not gonna re-edit this. I'm not gonna replay the game because of one card. I don't even think I ever used the Pokemon Center Lady either, so it's not gonna be a huge deal. With Gardevoir Sylveon, if you guys don't know, its attack lets you take 2 energies from your deck and attach them to your bench Pokemon any way you like. And I'm gonna do that again here. And then its second attack does 150, and you can move your energies on the board any way you like. And then its other attack does 3 energies for 200, and if you have 3 extra energies attached, you can shuffle your opponent's entire hand back into your deck. But right now we're playing, we got Latios here. Latios' attack means tag teams cannot damage you. They hit you you hit them for 120 and you're immune to tag teams. This GX attack flips your opponent's GX counter too. Essentially means your opponent can't use a GX for the rest of the game. So it's pretty good, and it's also like you can only attack when there's 4 Pokemon on your bench. But if you attack using Mewtwo's attack, of course Mewtwo copies the attacks of all GXs and EXs on your discard pile and your bench. If you copy it with Mewtwo's attacks, you don't have that hindrance ability, so you can still use Latios. There's a debate going on whether you want to use Latios versus Altaria. I think Altaria is better. I really want to try Latios though, because the damage output is so much better with Latios. Hitting only 50 kind of sucks, so since your opponent will eventually be able to play around it. But when you hit 120, you put on a lot of pressure for your opponent to start acting right away. So we are playing water energies. As you can see, that water energy is meant for you to be able to use Haze Slash on Greninja, so that in case you ever get 2 damage, you can just shuffle yourself back in. You can also use Greninja GX's attack to snipe 130 on the bench as well, so it gives you a bunch of different options. My opponent got a Malamar running, and also Latios has free retreat. That's something to keep in mind as well. So with Latios is free retreat, she can move a lot more. And here she's going to be able to probably set up a Mewtwo to start putting in the damage, whether attacking with the ability, attacking with Latios' attack, or just, I don't know, just doing any damage. I believe she's going to use Latios' attack, though. Hit me for a standard 120, and now I just can't damage Mewtwo, which sucks for sure. We are playing Power Plant to turn off Mewtwo, though, so we just have to try to find Mewtwo and just continuously charge up. We are playing, I believe, 1 or 2 reset stamps, and I don't remember the exact number. I should be playing 2. This has been a while ago since we played this. I have the deck profiles and everything recorded. I recorded this before my computer broke, so it's been a minute for sure. But I definitely didn't want to toss these games because these games were pretty good, and I didn't want to build these decks again. Like I have Guardian built, but I was not in the mood to build Mewtwo box again because I already took it apart for Giratina Chomp, because that's going to be recorded hopefully sometime soon. I'm supposed to meet up with friends today to record them. But there's Great Potion. Heal 50 damage from a GX Pokemon as long as it's active. It's great. We play that, and we play Mixed Herbs in this deck, so we play a lot of healing in this deck to just try to avoid your opponent from knocking you out while you, like, essentially force them to take 2 tag team knockouts while also disrupting their hand enough to where they can't come back from it. We're going to use Viridian Force of our own just to keep energies on the board. Ideally, I get down another Guardian here soon so that I can have energies moved onto that Guardian, so in case one gets knocked out, I can switch between a few others. These decks, my opponent's deck is not playing any, we're going to be able to, I guess we're going to GX here? Oh, I'm playing Channeler. Oh, Channeler is a great card that removes the effects of attacks on the board. So thanks to Channeler, I'm able to damage Mewtwo here still. So that's really cool, actually. I didn't remember playing that. I remember thinking Channeler was kind of like a so-so card in this deck, but Channeler removes the effects. Think of it as Pokemon Ranger, but like, I think it's only during your turn or something like that. There's something different about it, but yeah. So Channeler being able to do that is pretty nice. We're going to be able to grab a Misdreavus here. Of course, beforehand we used to play Nest Balls to get both Misdreavus and Guardian, but now we have to play a split of Cherish Balls and Mysterious Treasures to make sure that we get them on the board now as well. But here, it looks like am I going to GX here? I'm debating. If I GX, I can hit them for 200, and that won't really take a knockout, but I can shuffle their hand back in their deck. I don't really see a reason to GX now though, because who cares? They're just going to be able to hit me again with Latios. I think I'm just going to hit them for 150 this turn. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Hit them for 150 this turn, move the energies back thanks to the effect of the attack, and just go from there. Because if I can't take a knockout, there's not really a point. She doesn't have Greninja in the discard pile yet, so she's not able to use Greninja GX's attack. And I'm just going to move energies. Okay, cool. I'm just moving energies. But yeah, she doesn't have Greninja GX attack, so I'm not too worried about her healing or shuffling herself back in the deck or anything like that. Right now, I'm just trying my best to set up my board and be able to take a knockout. That Chandler came into play for sure once, but like I only play a 1-of, so I have to use Lusamine to get it back. And it looks like she's going to use a GX attack here for 3 energies. You hit for 200, but if you have an extra reset stamp right there, pretty nice. If they have an extra energy attached, you can heal all damage from your opponent's board. So that healing could come into play. She was really worried about me playing using Miss Magius to use Lieutenant Surge to use Lusamine into Chandler, I'm sure, because I was talking about how that was a strategy. We do play the Misdreavus so that we can make a knockout on ourselves, draw extra cards, and also activate our Lieutenant Surge. So it's definitely a possibility. So her GXing did completely avoid that shenanigans. And now I was just able to attack her there. She can't take an Oko. There's very little Oko options in this deck. I'm currently not playing Dragonite GX in this deck list to be an Oko option. That is something you can play though, and if that becomes a popular thing, I'm gonna have to play 1 or 2 choice helmets back into Guardian for sure. I didn't even consider Dragonite because there's a 5 energy attack cost, and we're not playing, like, it's really hard to get 5 energies onto a Mewtwo at least consistently, you know what I mean? Like, you can maybe do it once or twice a game, which is why I think it's worth playing still, because it can be like your finisher, but I'm currently not trying it in this deck. She's hit me for 120, so I'm unable to take a knockout again, and here I get my Duskstone top deck, so that I'm able to use Misdreavus, and now I can use my Lieutenant Surge combinations if I need to. Of course, I only have 140 HP left, but if I remember correctly, she doesn't have a way to hit 140 with any of her Pokemon. Latios hits 120, and there's a Greninja in the discard pile, which hits only 130 on the bench, 110 on the active. And here I'm just going to draw a bunch of cards. Wonderlab is good. And there we go. We didn't manage to empty our hand there. I also don't play Psychic Charm. I'm considering it for the Mewtwo, but honestly, I think it's just better off to play High Council Power Plant than it is to play Psychic Charm, to be honest. Maybe like an extra Power Plant so that Mewtwo can't be used as much. Because I really like the other charms here. You play Lightning Charm, you play Ultra Beast Charm. I guess I'm playing green here, so I'm not going to be able to pull off the Lieutenant Surge strategy combination. That's what I was hoping to top deck, for sure. But we'll grab Lieutenant Surge. I believe there's a Lusamine in hand. We can also grab Power Plant to turn off the Mewtwo's effects too. So for sure, this is game 1. I believe this is the very first game we played too. I did start getting in the habit of recording all the games we play instead of testing, because recently what's been happening is we would have a test game, and that test game would be like a really, really good game, and I'd be really upset I never recorded it. So I started recording all of our games. I believe this is either game 2 or 3. I don't think it's the first game, because I'm still trying to get my bearings on how to play this matchup. I'm putting Lieutenant Surge back. I guess I don't want the Lieutenant Surge right now. Unfortunately, I also whiffed the Diantha there too. Diantha could have been nice. But I have my opportunity to take a knockout. I mean, I don't have my opportunity to take a knockout because I can't, because of the effect of Latios tag team. And I also can't play Chandler. So here I'm just hoping they can't attack me next turn. She doesn't have enough Pokemon on her bench to take a knockout right now. I'm going to just attach a Charm just to get it out of my hand. And honestly, there's not anything else I could do. I guess I just GX'd her just to shuffle her hand back in, and hopefully she cannot recover from this, because I have another green in the hand to double custom catcher to pull up the Mewtwo, the Mewtwo. The cool thing, oh, of course, and then she top decks Lily after the GX attack, which is ridiculous, but it's fine. The Mewtwo, the bad thing about Power Plant is that Latios on the bench no longer has that pesky ability, so she can the Latios can essentially attack without having to worry about having 4 Pokemon on the board. But she did not bench the Power Plant, or she did not bump the Power Plant yet, which means this Mewtwo still can't attack. And I don't think she has any Psychic Energies down there either, so she can't like load up the Latios. She's gonna have to chill here with the Latios in the active unless she has a manual attachment here, which she might not have either. So even though she did get the Lily, she didn't manage to draw into any of the pieces that she needed, which is great for me. Gives me time to use Lieutenant Surge, so I can use cards like Green and maybe a Lusamine. So definitely Green first. I need to get double Custom Catcher to knock out that Mewtwo. Oh, actually, I don't really need to do that though. Oh, I can just grab Green. I don't know. I have another Lieutenant Surge in hand. So what I could do here is grab Green and Lusamine, and then use that second green to grab double custom catcher. That's a possibility. There's a lot of different avenues I have here. But the main thing I need to do is avoid being O-code. I need to get another Guardian down as well. Since I already GX, I need to start putting the other... Yeah, I'm just going to double custom catcher here. Definitely going to try and knock out that Mewtwo. As you can see, there's a lot of thought going here, because I could just grab green, green Cherish Ball. Yeah, I can grab green Cherish Ball and then use Cherish Ball and the other green to grab double custom catcher and the other Guardian, so I can move my energies back to the other Guardian. Okay, so I'm less worried about the Lusamine thing right now, because right now I need to take my prizes, and I can still like elongate this game to where I can set myself up. And I'm getting another Mischievous here, so that's another way for me to just try to draw more cards to get this combo piece, because I need to take this knockout now before this thing gets annoying and they start bumping stadiums and doing more unique attacks. And the Latios is less of a threat once they bump the stadium, and I still have access to Wonder Lab, which is what you can see right here. So this is a really interesting play, right? I'm bumping my own Power Plant because I'm knocking out the Mewtwo here, and then I'm playing Wondrous Lab, so Latios is less likely to attack me. So it's a really interesting play that can help me cover a lot of avenues. But the problem is now she can attack the Mewtwo. I didn't think she'd have another one in her hand, but she had another one in her hand that she just immediately played down. We also can heal because we have one of our 4 mixed herbs in our hand. So if we get another one, we can heal up a bunch of damage from this Guardian. They're trying to avoid the 2 KO for sure. And here comes Big Boy Threat right now. That thing can hit so much damage. It's actually like the biggest sleeper card that I completely forgot was in the deck. Being able to hit you for 50 for each trainer in your hand is a tad bit ridiculous when you're playing against Guardian. I have 4 in my hand, so if she does choose to attack me with it, then I just lose, which is something that she's probably going to do, and I'm going to lose the game, which is not super great. There's a Dedenne. I guess she's looking for manual attachments just in case, although she doesn't really need them. So there's the Dedenne to help set up the board. And there's a manual attachment there, there's a Malamar there, and there's an extra one so Wonder Lab can play through. And that's going to be game 1 with the late game Gengar Mimikyu. Now, the reason why I play the Gengar Mimikyu in this deck in particular is because almost all the attacks that you copy with Mewtwo are going to be 3 energy attacks, which means there's not really an easy way to get early game knockouts with this deck, unless you play the Gengar Mimikyu, because you have access to its GX attack for 1 energy, which will help slow down your opponent. They can't play any cards from their hand. And then you have access to their to the Poltergeist attack, which can really damage a lot of Pokemon, and it's only for 2 energies. So you can 2 a KO without having to worry about you know, insane setup. So I actually really do like the Gengar Mimikyu in this deck. And at first I was really questioning whether it's worth playing, but definitely after trying it out, I've really enjoyed it. Just being able to attack early game is so important in this deck to take those 2 KOs as quickly as possible. And sometimes even OHKOs when you play against decks like these. But I believe I'm going first here. I actually don't remember if I uploaded these in order, but it's fine. Hopefully I'm going first here. We'll find out. I hate how the GX kind of has glare on it, like out of all things. We have managed to start with a Guardian though, which is pretty nice because we only play 3 Guardians and like 2 Mischievous. So we actually have a pretty small amount of Pokemon here. With a pretty good opening hand though. We have a manual attachment, we have a green to set up our board, get like Mischievous and maybe need another Guardian down, so like a Treasure plus Cherish Ball, for sure. Or just another green. I could just grab a Treasure though, because we have the Mischievous in hand, so we can just draw more cards. And then Treasure also helps you thin, which is pretty nice actually. I have been enjoying the Treasure just because like, I've been enjoying the Treasure over the Nest Ball just because of the thinning of your hand. Let's take a look here. We're gonna get rid of a Great Potion. Yeah, because we, like, as you guys saw last game, like we didn't really need to play a bunch of healing to win that game, even though we didn't win. But you know what I mean. So there we go. We get a really nice board setup as well as a manual attachment turn 1. Unfortunately, unless I play Mina, which I took out of this deck recently, there's no way for me to get a turn 2 attack. Oh, and now she's playing Marshadow in this deck list. Marshadow we found was super nice as a searchable way to bump Power Plant in this deck. So now that Marshadow is forever a bane to my existence. Being able to bump Power Plant is so annoying. We do play 2 Lusamines, so it's not like we're ever going to run out of Power Plants, but it is annoying to just have a searchable way to discard it without having to draw into like another stadium. We are still playing, I believe, 3 forests in this deck, so we have a lot of stadiums in this deck still, but like because your whole strategy is based around the Mewtwo, you're already playing the Treasures, you might as well play the Marshadow. Its attack also technically lets you knock out things like Baby Buzzwole or even, I don't remember how much damage it does, but it does do huge chunks of damage to Beast Box decks in general. So we'll go over that in the deck profile whenever we get to it. My opponent's having a pretty nice turn on themselves though. Unfortunately, they had a really weird lead in the Marshadow, but they did get down an Inkay and a Mewtwo. It is kind of weird though, because like when I play this deck, I never have too much issue getting down multiple Inkay turn 1, but they're just having a tough time drawing into the cards. So there is just not much going on here. We played our gear. I don't remember what supporter we got, and then we attacked with Guardian. So that's all there is to it. We got our energies on the board. That's what matters. There's Treasure, and they're getting rid of a Pokecom. Let's see, grab. I'm assuming a Malamar. Oh no, just more Inkays. Continue to set up that board. No point of us using Miss Magius yet. There's nothing I'm really searching for at the time being. There is the first stadium, so we always want our opponent to bench a stadium first. That way we can immediately use our Power Plant to bump their stadium, and we can also search for an energy if we need to as well. And there are energy in the discard pile for energy in hand. She still has an Inkay she can evolve, and she hasn't manually attached anything yet. She can always attach to the Marshadow. This deck is not playing Jirachi. The other Giratina builds, or the other Malamar builds are playing, I think are playing a Jirachi. I'm not super sure on that. But when you're playing Pokecom, it's not really that bad to play Jirachi. And there is the Cherish Ball into a GX to the Pokecom into a Malamar. So weird series of combinations that you have to play in order to search for Pokemon, because that's the format that we're in, guys. But it's fine. She got Marshadow down, she got Malamar down. Has an energy on the Mewtwo, so things are definitely not looking super bad right now. And she does not. I don't think she has any GXs in the discard pile quite yet. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Where's my coffee? It's really dusty in my house because they're remaking the floors and stuff. Also, I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I'm not in my room. I'm in my sister's room because my family went out into town. They went to San Antonio to go hang out with their friends and stuff, and I'm working, so I wasn't able to go. But they're remodeling our floors in our house, which means I don't have too much time before they show up. So hopefully they don't show up in the middle of recording. That's going to be a problem. But there's dust everywhere because they took out our carpets and are putting in wood floors. And oh boy, is it hard to sleep. And right now the only room that's done is my sister's room, so I moved my bed in here because we had to take out everything from all of our rooms anyway, so that's just laying all over the house. And I'm currently sleeping in here. Did I pause? Oh, I thought for a second I paused the video. Oh, that was gonna be really bad. All right, no, we're good. I guess I'm thinking about this turn. I'm going to take my knockout on this thing because I don't like it. Getting rid of power plant is always super annoying. So I think it's worth the knockout. Usually I don't want to take the knockout because I want to be able to activate my my Lieutenant Surge. So I generally avoid taking knockouts unless they're on like big Pokemon or until they've taken a knockout or something like that. But like whatever, we're fine. Maybe I just have to force myself into using 2 Marshadow now. 2 Mismagius now. So showing off the hand, I had 4, I think. No, I had 3 trainers in my hand, so she hit me for 150 using Gengar Mimikyu, which sucks. But oh, there's Pokemon Center Lady. Once again, if I do play it, just ignore it. I guess I am playing it, but don't worry about that. All right, it's not a big deal. Nah, I'm just passing. Think about that as a double Great Potion. Except I would have taken more damage if I played double Great Potion because I would have had them in my hand. Or like, not even double. It's only 60 damage anyways. It's not even like that great of a card, but it's a supporter. Okay, yeah, I'm choosing to change my play. Okay, if I remember, yeah, I'm choosing to change my play because I figured that the math doesn't even clock out, so I'm not doing it. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. So yeah, it never happened, guys. Ignore it. It never happened. I'm not playing Pokemon Center Lady because it's not in the format yet. It's gonna come out in Hidden Fates unless they choose not to print it here for some reason. So what 2 trainers am I grabbing with bills? Double Custom Catcher to stall, not bad. I can pull up a Gengar Mimikyu for sure. Install a little bit, unless they have switch cards, but unless she draws into it, we should be safe. I guess I have to attack and move my energies to the back though to be safe. Maybe just 1 energy because she still has 4, so I could always get a manual attachment. So maybe move 1 energy to the back. That way, I'm just a manual attachment away from it taking a knockout essentially. Yeah, I can't use Lieutenant Surge. So that would have been where Lieutenant Surge could have come into play. We can't use green, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of one of these mixed herbs to get me a manual attachment on the bench. And yeah, and I can move 1 energy to the back as well. Excuse me. Hopefully I can edit that out, but if not, then forgive me. I have sneezed. I am bad. I am bad at YouTube. I haven't uploaded forever because computer broke. 150 damage, spraying that damage on the board. Gengar Mimikyu is probably one of the best Pokemon I can damage because I can just knock it out later. One cool thing about this deck that I talked about in the deck profile, and I think I showcased in one of our matches, is that we play double Custom Catcher, obviously, to take knockouts, so we can only do that twice. But thanks to Diantha, we're able to do it again because we can put those 2 Custom Catchers back into our hand. So Diantha kind of acts like a Lysander in that sense if we already have them in our discard pile. Let's see if she finds a switch. She attached manually to the water, she used the Psychic Energy, but no switch here, which means I'm probably going to be able to get away with taking my double knockout. I can't use Lieutenant Surge yet. We do have Power Plant in hand, though. I'm debating if I want to discard. I think what I should do is honestly discard the Pokemon Center Lady from my hand. I discard the Lieutenant Surge instead. Probably, I think I should have discarded the Pokemon. I guess I'm trying to play safe to make sure I have that healing option available to me. But I think if I discarded the Pokemon Center Lady from my hand and used Mismagius, if I found another Mismagius, I could have used Lieutenant Surge still. Power Plant, and then I'm going to use Mismagius here. Because if I find like Mischievous Duskstone, I could use another one, and then I can set it up to where it helps me. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I can use green now. Okay, cool. But yeah, because once I take a knockout here, I'm pretty much never going to be able to... Oh, that's not true. I could always pop one more Mischievous. Yeah, I can still use it. Never mind. But like, yeah, it's going to be unlikely for me to use it sometime soon unless I find the other Mischievous. I'm only playing a 2-2 line too, so there's always a threat of me prizing them. 2-2 has been good though to me. I haven't had any issues so far. Obviously, I have prized them before, but it hasn't been like game changing. At least not yet. We're going to use green to grab a switch and a treasure because I don't want to be revenge knocked out. And this way I can actually move all my energies to 1 Guardian and not worry about losing. I'm going to treasure away the Pokemon Center Lady. So imagine that just being in like a random Great Potion or something. I don't know. Any other card. It's not part of the deck. Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm telling you to ignore it. Ignore it. I'm going to get so many comments because people love to watch the video but not listen to the video. So I'm going to get all the comments. Guys, for every time you see a comment in the comments down below saying Pokemon Center Lady is not in format, take a drink of your favorite beverage like water. I'm just trying to hydrate you guys. Water is good for you. Drink some water, guys. Drink water. It's good for you. Anyways, if I knock out my own Mismagius, I don't know what I just did there. I was not looking, but I did something. I'm really debating this turn. Oh, I'm playing a Koga's Trap. So Koga's Trap is super sick in this deck because if you double Custom Catcher, you can pull up a Dedenne, use Koga's Trap, and poison the opponent, poison the Dedenne, and then finish them off with your attack. So you only hit 150, right? So you have to hit 160 to knock out the Dedenne. But if you have Koga's Trap, that puts you up to that 160 number. So I really, really like Koga's Trap in this deck. I think it's amazing. We're gonna get Gardevoir down here, just to have, I guess, extra energies, movements, energy spinner, just to get it out of my deck. I guess manually attach, whatever. No different than really playing the Viridian Forest, but I guess we can Viridian Forest fail if we need to, which could be nice. Get rid of that tool, just play it down, get it out of my deck. I guess I'm trying to use Mismagius here. I would like to reset stamp my opponent for sure. Oh, there's Diantha. So that actually gives me, like I said earlier, because she took I think she took a knockout last turn, right? We can get double Custom Catcher and just take another knockout here. Diantha can just immediately get them back into our hand. So I think Diantha, I mean, I can't play it now, obviously, but we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that mixed herb and just thin it from my hand because I am gonna use this Magius here. Did I think I played my supporter already, right? I'm pretty sure I played green. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I was too busy looking outside to see if the floor people were here yet. But if I didn't, then I have access to like Lieutenant Surge plus Diantha. There's Power Plant, so we got rid of that. No reset stamp yet, which is something I was hoping to find, but unfortunately nothing yet. Lieutenant Surge, I guess I guess I didn't play supporter. But if I did, you guys can call me out on it, and then we can ignore this game existed. But I guess I didn't. Knock out the Malm right here for sure. And I can use a different stadium if I want to. Green, I guess, is set up. I can grab like Lieutenant Surge Lusamine and just start looping it a little bit. One card I do want to try in here that I'm currently not playing, specifically so that I can grab a bunch of supporters for the following turn, is Misty's. I forget what it's called, like Misty's Resources or whatever it's called. But I definitely want to get that reset stamp for sure. Shuffle her back down to a 1-card hand and start and hopefully be able to punish from there. But because like being able to use that card, just like because there's a lot of turns in this, there's a lot of games, there's a lot of turns in this deck where you're not really grabbing anything really, you're just healing and doing your shenanigans. So being able to play Misty's to grab yourself Lieutenant Surge, Lusamine plus green would be a really good way to completely set yourself up if you're expecting to be knocked out. So you have the whole combo. You have the Lieutenant Surge, you can play Lusamine to get Lieutenant Surge back, and whatever else you need, probably another Lusamine or something, and then you play green, and then you grab any 2 cards, and then you always have access to any card, any supporters that you want for the most part. So I think it's pretty nice, for sure. Because we have the Custom Catcher in hand now, we have to just hit this thing. Ooh, we can knock out the Dedenne. If we get the other Custom Catcher, if we can just like top deck it or something, then we can use the other, we can knock out the Dedenne while also playing Koga's Trap. Oh, dude, just make it happen. Let it happen, please. Please, I want it so bad. Hitting me for a lot of damage here. Oh, 200, I guess she just GX just to solidify game, I guess, because she can take knockout next turn. There's double Custom Catcher. There it is again. I get the knockout Malmar, but not the thing. But, you know, it would have been sick if I did. I really hope I didn't play 2 supporters in 1 turn. I don't think I did, though. But once again, I wasn't paying attention, so. If I did, ignore it. These are like, oh, I need to figure out if I can record with somebody today. I asked Tony if he wants to come over, but he said he doesn't know if he wants to come over because he works at 6 p.m. But I'm here all morning long. I guess we'll find out, right, guys? Right, ladies? Oh, dude, Entei Day was yesterday at the time of recording this, and I did horribly. I mean, I did get 2 shinies, and I got them back to back near the end of the day, which was kind of sick. But like I spent the first 2 hours and 45 minutes not getting a single shiny, and I was like, this is garbage. I hate Pokemon. Pokemon Go is bad. But I got the most shinies in that car because like everybody else only got one shiny, except for like one other person who didn't get any shinies, and I felt so bad. Let's see what happens here though. Game 3, Latios lead, which is a great lead because of the free pivot, as well as Mewtwo down, Inkay down. So just generally good turn setup for my opponent. And then I have the Mischievous. Is this like... This feels so familiar, like it's game 1, because look at my board, it's like the same as game 1. But there's double Acro Bike, and this is turn 1 for her, so she probably has a Lily in hand in order to give up that Lily like that. 3 Acro Bikes, turn 1. Show me 4. Ah, show me 4, come on. Show me, oh, that's 4, it's right there. It was in her hand, unless it wasn't in her hand and she lost it from the discard pile. I wasn't paying attention. But 3 Acro Bikes, turn 1, you love to see it. You just love to see it. Let's go ahead and get down that Mischievous. Or fail it, because we know we have a Miss Magius in our hand. I guess we're failing it because we know we have one in our hand. Alright, cool. Yeah, the fail is nice because it means we can draw an extra card. Double Mix Herb in hand, another Mischievous that we can play down. Kind of hate to see it because we just lost our thing, but it's fine. We have the treasure in hand as well. Alright, I'm going to move and hopefully it doesn't knock over my mic because I've been sitting in the same position for the entire time of the video so far, and it hurts my legs after a while. Alright, Pokegear. We haven't played a supporter yet. Let's see if we find anything useful. Green, definitely useful, I guess. I don't want to play down Power Plant because I don't want Latios to be able to attack me, but even if I do, like, it's not like she'll be able to attack me. She can't, like, unless she plays Retreat Switch. There's a Power Plant down, so I guess it's not, yeah, I guess why not? Because we have Lusamine, so we'll always win the Stadium War, because we'll just get them back into our hand with Lusamine. So we're going to green here. To grab, I guess, Energy Spinner? I guess? I don't know, seems like an odd choice. I guess we do want manual attachments more as often as we can. Our Energy Spinner and Lieutenant Surge, because we can use Lieutenant Surge next turn, so I guess that's definitely not bad. We'll use the Energy Spinner here to get a manual attachment going. And then I guess we'll just attack. Boom bam. Get those energies on the board. There's a Malamar. There is a treasure for another Malamar. Putting a Naganadel GX in the discard pile. We play Naga GX in this deck because Mewtwo can snipe the Denes, which is super sick. We do play that there. Oh, she can hit 170 anytime she wants. So I guess that is the most amount of damage she can do in one turn. Definitely not bad for sure. I just got this weird comment. Somebody was saying, seeing as I'm online Orabomb, as in like, why are they stalking me? I'm not even online right now. How do they know? Dude, the audio is so weird. Whatever. It's gonna take a lot of editing. So they want me to play a Jirachi variant of the Greninja, the Dark Box deck. Seems kind of strange because you don't actually have the bench space for Jirachis. So what's his name? If you are watching this, Masterful Kane, I don't know where you would play the Jirachis because your deck needs to have like a few Nagas down, a Weavile, and attackers, right? Usually Darkrai and Megatar, Sabletar. So, and you're probably playing down the Dedenne to set up your board as well. So it seems very odd. Like I don't know where you would fit in Jirachi. So there's my 2 cents on that. But shout out to you, Master Kane, for the comment. Oh, you know what I didn't do yet? I'm gonna shout out to Patreons real quick because I haven't done that yet, and I said I was going to. Ben Adel, Jordan Larson, Ken O'Dale, Oswaldo Ojola, Patrick J. Vargas, Ryan Sultan, and then my boy Snooky McBam Bam. What is poppin'? Thank you guys for the support on the Patreon. If you guys want to support the Patreon, things in the chat down below. I've been able to talk to my Patreons through that messaging this whole time while I didn't have a computer, giving them deck advice, giving them codes, things like that. So Patreons have like extreme access to me, which is great. Not to mention I have to upload my deck profiles to the Patreon of these decks before this video goes out. So I'm probably gonna do that. For sure, I'm probably gonna do that. You know, I'm pretty sure I have Guardian built. Maybe I should just re-record Guardian, the deck profile. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, the game's just going because like it's kind of easy to follow what's happening for the most part right now. Playing my green to grab some cards. We have tag switch in here, which is what that proxy you're seeing is. Move 2 energies from a tag team Pokemon to another Pokemon. And since our energies are almost always on just tag teams, it's always a good card in this deck. It's much better than energy switch in this deck. Well, most of the time, right? Unless you don't. But like because your attacks move your energies anyways, it's like so much better in this deck than any other energy switching card. But yeah, the green I'm always going back and forth on what card I want to grab. Because now we have the big boy Mewtwo Mew like sitting in the active, waiting to do something. Unfortunately, we can't play our own Mewtwo Mew to hit it for weakness because we have greens and we can't use it. When we play greens build, but it's fine. I like the greens build. Let's see what's happening. So using the Marshadow to bump the power plant, which means power plant is gone, which is my pain in the butt. Now she can start attacking again, hitting me for 120 or potentially even like Gengar Mimikyu damage. So it could be a knockout if we have enough. Speaking of which, no shame, just grabs the Gengar Mimikyu, going, I see you're a Guardian deck. Let me just grab this Gengar Mimikyu and potentially take a knockout with your gigantic hand. Actually, I have no idea how many cards are in my hand, but she can potentially take a knockout here depending on my hand. I haven't looked at it in a while, so let's take a look here. Let's take a look together, guys. This is weird for me because usually I record these matchups like 1 or 2 days after I record them. IRL, so I have a pretty good idea of what happened, but this was like a few weeks ago. So I'm still kind of like, I'm like reliving the experience right now playing this game, which is weird to think about, but whatever. She did not take a knockout because we expertly played down our hand. we are just complete geniuses, making sure that we don't make the same mistake as we made in that game 1. Gonna play that power plant down. So no more you, but now Gengar Mimikyu can attack us too. We're trying to make sure our hand doesn't have too many cards in it. Attach the energy there. So what do we do now? I can't definitely attack this thing. It's not using Latios' attack, so it's not immune to our attacks right now. And we still have access to Lieutenant Surge, which I could play. I guess I just don't need to play it right now, so I'm not going to. I could play it to grab a supporter to use. This is a really tough turn. We have double custom catcher, but I want to knock out the Mewtwo. But knocking out the Gengar Mimikyu seems like better as well. I don't know, it's a really hard turn. What I could do is, I don't remember Gengar Mimikyu's retreat cost, but if it's 3 like I think it is, then we could make some shenanigans happen here. Let me take a look here on my phone. Because if we could have played Lieutenant Surge and then like greens into a Koga and the other custom catcher and then pull it up, and if it's a 3 retreat cost, then she has 2 turns to retreat the Gengar Mimikyu, which would have been knocked out by the time it comes back to her. So that could have been cool too. Just moving all my energies to the back though for the attack, so playing it safe for the time being. Of course, if it's a 2 retreat cost, it doesn't work because, I mean, it could work, but she could always just find an energy, right? There's a retreat to go into Gengar Mimikyu to take the knockout, and then we can double custom catcher that Mewtwo on the bench to knock it out for sure. It's a 2 retreat cost, not a 3 retreat cost. Unfortunate. But yes, come here, my child. And then we get to shuffle back in the entire deck as well, which is nice. We just have to make sure our hand size is pretty low so that we don't get 2-hit KO'd by Gengar Mimikyu. But Power Plant is up. We have double custom catchers. We're going to Lieutenant Surge. Play. I think what I'm probably just going to do here is keep myself at a 3-card hand though. Oh, I could Lieutenant Surge and get Diantha. That's another option I have. But if I play Diantha, that puts me at a really high hand size, which could be problematic for sure. But I could just find like healing cards and stuff. Diantha gets me the double custom catcher right back into my hand, which is why it's something worth considering, because I could win the game by attacking this Gengar Mimikyu twice that comes up. Because I'm sure that that's what's going to come up next. Wonder Lab could be good too to try to stop Gengar Mimikyu from taking a knockout, but she still has access to the Malamars plus Latios, which has free retreat. So it's not going to be hard for it to take a knockout. I'm just really debating what I want to do here, because I definitely want to use my GX attack or reset stamp, but I also want to try to end my turn with only 2 cards. If I can end my turn with only 2 trainers in my hand, then it'd be best case scenario, but we don't need to do that right now. 3 is enough, because if we end it with 2 turns in our hand the following turn, then we still won't get to it. It'll still only be a 3 KO using Mimikyu's attack. So Mimikyu Gengar's attack, that is. So if I play Lieutenant Surge now, Diantha would give me 4 cards in my hand, which is kind of scary. But Wonder Lab we can play now. Yeah, the Wonder, you can see me just trying my best to disrupt my opponent the best that I can. Wonder Lab is a good way to do it as well. I can grab Double Mixed Herb. I mean, I'm just trying to avoid being knocked out, right? So she'll have an energy back, so you can see me taking back the Wonder Lab, because there's not really a point. This is where the Psychic type Fairy Charm could have been nice. Let's see, what do I ultimately decide to do? Grab another green. And then just like an insta-playable card. Yeah, if that puts me down to a 2-card hand size, so I'm not getting 2 KO'd. Only 100 damage is definitely not bad. Because I can green for the other custom catcher, so as long as I can just hit it once, I should be fine. So no Diantha for me this game. I'm using the other green now. Okay. I just can't use the Diantha, so there's no point in me using the other green. I mean, I'm going to use it, but what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you can tell I'm having a lot of difficulty with this turn, because this turn matters a lot. I can use the other green to grab another green. Completely unnecessary for sure. Yeah, okay. So we grab 2 Fairy Charms just to get rid of them both from the deck, and we'll end our turn with only 200. We end our turn with only 2 cards in our hand, meaning that our Gengar Mimikyu only hits us for 100. So Latios and Latios is a much better attacker and has free retreat. So it all depends on her top deck here. Let's see what she gets. Every time I've done it beforehand, it's been like she's been stuck, right? Gonna retreat and I guess just hit us for a straight 100. Wait a minute, why do we... Oh, we took 3 prizes, that's right. Oh yeah, that's why we were so careful, because we wanted to make sure that if we got exactly 3 trainers, we still... That's why, I remember now. I don't know why I didn't even think about that till just now. But yeah, that was the thing. We have tag switch, we can manually retreat. I guess we played a switch card? Well, regardless, we shouldn't have those energies on the thing, so keep that in mind, guys. Lieutenant Surge, Lusamine into Lieutenant Surge, which we're not taking a knockout here, so as long as we only end our turn with only 4 cards in hand, we should be fine. I don't know if I played a switch card or not, but if I didn't, hopefully those energies don't come into play. We'll find out here soon, for sure. What am I doing here? I can grab... I'm shuffling my discard pile because I'm just thinking. That's their thinking pose. So we're gonna grab a Lieutenant Surge, and we can grab a Stadium. We can grab like another trainer card. I guess you have the Lusamine. But we gotta play down our hand to have below than 6 trainers in it, for sure. Hit it for 150, and we can potentially get double custom catcher still. And there is a problem child right there, because she can GX me with a Mewtwo. If she had access to Mewtwo. get the water energy, GX my benched Guardian for game, or attack it with like, well, she'd have to GX it because she would have to get like water energy plus two attachments from Malamar, and then GX the benched one using Greninja GX's GX attack, and then we would have won. But here we have green, we have double custom catcher, and we can just take a knockout on that Gengar Mimikyu, and that is game. So definitely some shaky games here. Lots of thought goes into this stuff because once again, it is a really hard, like Guardian is one of those decks where you have to play a lot of games versus a lot of different decks to know the best way to approach them. But that's going to be all 3 games. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. We never used what's it called? I can't remember the name. Pokemon Center Lady, so it never came into play. So once again, ignore it. Please ignore it. Oh, it's going to be a pain to have to talk about that. But anyways, that's going to be the deck profile. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share all that good jazz. Answer the comment question of the J for a chance to win not only some codes, but a booster box. Thanks to our lovely sponsors at Guardian Gamings. Remember that we'll tally all the comments from all the videos that are post-rotation on, and we'll put them into one big pool and pick a winner for a booster box, thanks to our lovely sponsors. And then, like, you know, we're doing code giveaways for each video. Once we get those codes in, I'll be giving those out. So for Unified Minds, of course. So don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share all the good jazz. Answer the comment question today being, what do you guys think about Guardian right now? I know there's a lot of people with mixed feelings about Guardian. I think the thing that was holding Guardian back the most was Reshizard because it had Choice Band. But without Choice Band, we're probably able to play around Reshizard a little bit better now. We have a lot of healing. They can still GX us for one big knockout on a Guardian, but after that, they can't OHKO a Guardian, so we just heal, we do some switching, things like that, and we might be able to beat it. We definitely still 2-hit KO them ourselves. They can heal too, though, so you have that big back and forth. For sure. But we have access to Lieutenant Surge, so we can really combo some supporters and stuff like that. But regardless, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really want to test that matchup for sure, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.